Casket 38 here, and yep, another Glock review. Can't help myself. Anyway, this is my Glock 19, and I pretty much think that this is the best carry auto pistol you can own. Of course, there's smaller Glocks and larger ones. In this 9mm, there's also the 26, just shorter, smaller version, and then there's the Glock 17, the full-size service revolver. But for me, this mid-sized Glock is great. The 19 is large enough so I can get a good grip in my hand. But it's not really big and bulky for carry. Anyway, some of the things that I like about it is, it's really light. It's only 20 ounces. The finish on it is a Tenefer finish that is hard and totally corrosion resistant. I've had this Glock about 5 years right now, and I mean, the finish is still just like when it was new. I mean, it's great. If I'd clean it, it'd probably even look better. And the way I carry it, because I really don't use holsters. I just stick it in my waistband, and I live in the desert, so it's always hot. And this thing, you get a sweat on it, ocean water, you name it, and it does not corrode. The polymer doesn't doesn't have any problems. It's, like I said, it's 5 years old, and I've dropped it I don't know how many times, and barely a scratch on it. So that Tenefer finish is quite something. And trigger's great. Well, the trigger that comes from the company is a 5.5 pound, and I went ahead and took mine to Glockmaster. Well, originally I put in a Brownell trigger connector to lighten it to a 3.5 pound, but it wasn't the greatest connector in the world. And I took it to Glockmeister, and they went ahead and put another connector. They told me theirs was Brownell's too, but this one just, I don't know. They installed it and did a polish job on it, and it is smooth. They took it down to around 3.5 pounds. They said they could take it down to 2.5, but they didn't recommend it. And really, that's I don't want a hair trigger on it, and it works great. I love it. So, great trigger. One of the great things about it, which you've heard 1,000 times probably if you look at these reviews on YouTube, is the lower bore axis, and which makes for better accuracy and recoil whenever you're firing. It works great. So the only problem I have with these Generation 3 Glocks, which they fixed with, well, the Generation 3 9mm is this magazine release. You have to switch the position of your hand to get some muscle, and I got big hands and pretty strong fingers, and to press down on that thing, you have to reposition your hand, move it over, and move it over here to get the magazine to release. You can have a longer extended one installed. I'm fixing to take this one back in and get it done. Like the Generation 3 Glock 20s or the 40s, 40 Smith & Wesson type, they had those were originally installed on those, and I pretty sure that I don't have a Generation 4, but pretty sure it's Generation 4 have extended magazine releases too. It really sucks when you try and release that magazine. So if you do get a Generation 3, I have another magazine release installed. So, and another great thing about a Glock is freaking accessories. On my magazine, I had a Pierce extension installed, which is a +2, and it's great since, you know. And another thing, I don't know about these finger grooves they put in the Generation 3s, but I don't know, it works out good for me because I can use the last two grooves and then the extension, and it fits great in my hand that way. Because if you just try and use these first three extensions and you got big fingers, it doesn't feel very good in your hand. So, staying on that line of accessories, you know, great light. I think that cost me like $28. It's bright. It's not an LED. I don't like LEDs, but it's a nice bright light, and you know, for a compact gun pistol, it's has a rail, and you can actually fit a light on there. And a lot of the other models from other manufacturers don't even have that option. Of course, if you get the smaller Glock, either a 26 for the 9mm or a 27 for a 40, they don't have that, so you can't fit a light on the smaller compacts. But it's great for home defense. And the reason I like the Glock so much, because when I first bought it, you know, I wasn't so sure about it, because I wasn't sure about polymer pistols to begin with. But I've shot, I don't know, approximately 2,000 rounds through this thing, and it's never failed to go in the battery. It's never stovepiped on me, and it's just really, really reliable. And if you're going to carry a pistol around with you, I want something that's reliable. I was always a guy that, you know, always thought that, you know, if I was going to carry a gun, it was always going to be a revolver. But like I said, 2,000 rounds without a hiccup. It's great. And that's about it. Love my Glock. Thanks for watching the video.